Getting a handle on your product development data and processes can feel overwhelming. But with the 3D Experience platform, you can provide alignment to your processes and structure to your data. Let's follow Eric as he uses the 3D Experience platform to securely organize and manage his latest project, the BioDAP Moto Knee. We'll look at how all product development documents can be easily stored on the platform. We'll see how Eric can collaborate with other members of his team without the need for emails and disconnected communication tools. We'll look at how the platform can assist with many of the tedious tasks associated with getting a design released. Finally, we'll see how Eric can ensure full traceability when implementing a design change. Logging into the platform, Eric begins reviewing the tasks he needs to finish before the end of the day. Tasks are a simple way to keep the whole product team on the same page. To keep the project on schedule, Pete needs him to finalize the knee models so that Sam in manufacturing can review. And Megan needs Eric to add and update the product specification document to the project. After reviewing the details, Eric simply drags and drops the task into the In Work column so that Megan knows he's working on it. Eric keeps his whole team on the same page by organizing their product documents into bookmarks. These collections provide a familiar structure for organizing and navigating all product documents, and provide quick insight into design properties. 3D models can be previewed, detailed property information can be accessed, and supporting Office documents, like the product specification, can be easily dragged and dropped into the collection. Programs like Excel, PowerPoint, and Word all have integrations with the 3D Experience, allowing Eric to browse to the product specification document and open it from the cloud. Eric updates the title of the document, as well as adjusts the date, and then saves it back to the platform, providing a short description of what he's updated. At any time, a full version and revision history of the document can be accessed, so that the team can quickly pull up an old revision if needed. With Megan's task completed, Eric moves on to finishing up the knee models in SolidWorks. The task pane provides valuable insight into whether the design has been saved to the platform or not, document reservation status, as well as the revision. It's also easy for Eric to identify whether a document has been released or not, and what its part number is. With a simple right-click, Eric selects to save his drawing and assembly. Just like the Office integration, he has full access to the bookmark structure, ensuring he saves his design in the right project. He'll add a quick comment and then save the design. Only the files that have changed are pushed back to the platform, ensuring the process is as efficient as possible. Now that the design is saved, Eric can access his tasks directly from the task pane and cross another thing off his busy day. With the 3D Experience platform, Eric has peace of mind with secure cloud-based file storage for all his team's project data. Eric wants to get Sam's opinion on the design from a manufacturing viewpoint. This traditionally would have been an email to Sam and a lot of back and forth. Let's see how Eric and Sam approach this now. Eric starts by accessing the properties of the model directly and navigating to the comments section. Comments allow him an easy way to tag Sam and to share information directly connected to the model. No email, no attachments. Let's catch up with Sam and see what his thoughts are. Sam gets notified that he has a new mention from Eric. He clicks on it to see what Eric had to say. Additionally, he has easy access to previewing the 3D model. Sam's not a SolidWorks user, but he needs to better understand the product structure of the design. So he closes the notification and does a quick search. Once found, he drags and drops it into Product Structure Explorer. This tool not only allows him to see the product structure, but also see key information like part numbers, maturity state, and ownership. In addition, he can drill down into individual items and see related documents, like this first article inspection document. As helpful as it is to see this structure, Sam's job requires him to look at things differently. With 6W tags, Sam can choose to group the structure based on criteria such as whether the parts will be made or bought. He can now expand the Make group to see the manufactured components, and he can quickly identify that Eric has forgot to indicate the status for the 4-hole pyramid. In the spirit of collaboration, Sam opens the property dialog, edits the properties, and indicates that this part is definitely something they can manufacture in-house. With a quick refresh, everything is updated. As Sam begins to look further into the design, he has an idea that he thinks could make it more robust, reduce the number of parts, and be easier to assemble. Using the built-in communication tools, he reaches out to Eric via chat to see if he's available to discuss his ideas. Eric responds and offers to start a call. With screen sharing, audio, and video built into the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, it's easy for Eric and Sam to collaborate on their ideas. Eric begins to share 3D markup on his screen. This is a powerful way for him to document Sam's ideas. He begins to sketch out supports that can be integrated into the bottom bracket, which will better support the shock. He indicates 2 holes that will need to be added, and changes their style to better reflect the design intent. Finally, he adds a note indicating the need to remove the current pin and use a shoulder screw instead. Eric updates the slide to capture the model orientation and notes. Eric's planning to work from home this afternoon, so he creates a task for himself to remember to make these changes. Once the task is created, he can simply drag and drop both the assembly and the markup onto the task, so he can easily access them this afternoon. The 3DEXPERIENCE platform provides Eric a powerful set of integrated communication and design review tools that make the team more efficient. Eric's had a busy yet productive morning, but now has to work from home this afternoon. Without missing a beat, he picks right up where he left off with making the design changes and getting this design released. He starts by accessing the task directly from SolidWorks, where he can select to preview the markup from the conversation with Sam. He has full access to the slides that were created and the details they contain. Before Eric makes any changes, he wants to make sure he hasn't used this bracket part in any other designs. This is easy to do by simply selecting the part and choosing to review its relations. As he digs into the relationships, he sees that this bracket is also used in a non-sport version of the knee design. It's best if he creates a new bracket instead of revising the old one. Although the drawing and assembly are still in an in-work state, Eric wants to capture the design changes he's about to make with a secondary revision. He'll simply right-click on the drawing and assembly and choose to create a new revision. Add a comment, and then revise. he's visually alerted that a new revision now exists and can choose to load it with Replace by Revision. With powerful revision management capabilities, Eric can choose to load past revisions or new ones at any time. With A.2 loaded, Eric locks the assembly and the drawing so that he can begin working on them. In the assembly, he swaps out the old bracket with the new one he's just finished designing. He then uses the powerful search capabilities to find an M6 shoulder screw that he can use in his design. Once found, he drags and drops it into the assembly and then mates it into place. With the design changes made, Eric's ready to finalize the part numbers and release this design. He switches back to the drawing, sorts the design by enterprise item number, and then selects the items that need numbers assigned. This makes it easy for Eric to ensure that all items have part numbers assigned before they're released. Not only that, the BOM is updated with new part numbers as well. Eric saves his changes back to the platform with a final comment. And then proceeds to release the final design. Eric knocks another task off his list from an already productive day, and this one was done from home. The platform took care of automatically creating a PDF of the drawing for Eric as well, allowing him to move on to the next design. Managing product data on the 3DEXPERIENCE platform makes handling the details of the design release process effortless. The successful launch of the MotoKnee brought growth to the BioDAP team and the need for additional structure to their design change management, including the need for approval routes, issue tracking, and formal change actions. To handle this, Eric created a standard route for all the team members that need to review and sign off on design changes. Route tasks can be both parallel or linear, and parallel tasks can require either all or any of the assignees to provide their approval. Additionally, the team now utilizes issues when they identify a possible improvement. Issues create an easy way for anyone, like Ben in product management, to bring an idea to Eric's attention. Eric begins reviewing Ben's high-priority idea to reduce the overall weight in order to increase performance. Ben has identified the part and assembly he's referring to, which makes it easy for Eric to review the request and visually see what Ben is referring to. Eric's confident they can make the change, so he updates the issue to an in-work status and then starts a formal change action directly from the issue. All the information from the issue is copied over, making Eric's life easier. He simply sets the priority and a due date, and then saves the change action. With everything nicely correlated together, Eric begins the work of building out the rest of the change action. As the owner of the design, Eric is identified as the assignee, and because Ben initiated the issue, he'll stay informed to its progress. For the approval, Eric can simply add the approval route template to the change action. With any change, it's important to do a full change assessment. With the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, this is a mouse click away. Eric is able to easily see the drawings and assemblies that are now impacted by the design change. Once selected, they can be dragged and dropped onto the change action. Now, Eric just needs to move the change action to an in-work status. And when he does, The change action takes care of automating the creation of all the needed revisions. The change action now provides the needed permission for any changes to the design it's connected with. In order to make the design changes, Eric simply needs to work under the change action inside of SolidWorks. With material now removed from the linkage, Eric will set the design status to frozen to indicate that it needs to be reviewed by the team. Eric updates the change action directly from SolidWorks. Once all affected items are set to frozen, he's ready to initiate the chain of reviews and approvals by moving the change action from in work to in approval. As each stage of the approval route is approved, the change action is updated. Now, all that's left is for Eric to provide his final approval. He double-clicks the task, adds his comments, and then selects Approve. He's then presented with the e-signature, providing him the ability to attest to his approval by entering his username and password. The approval of the change action automatically changes the lifecycle status of the affected items to released. In addition, the properties of the item now indicate the change action as the reason for the release, and captures all the sign-offs, providing full traceability. To close the loop with Ben, his original issue has been automatically transitioned from in work to in approval, and after review, can be closed out as well. The 3DEXPERIENCE platform provides full change management traceability from request to completion for the whole team. From document management and collaboration to design release and change management, the 3DEXPERIENCE platform provides you and your team with the tools you'll need to provide alignment to your processes and structure to your data.